expect another health update. So I got the results of my 24-hour Holter Monitor test, and what I described as a heart palpitation did show up on the test, but it is different to a heart palpitation. It is just another form of abnormal heartbeat that can mimic a heart palpitation, or otherwise a fluttering feeling in your chest. So that did show up on the results. I had an average heart rate of 69 during the 24-hour period. I also experienced sinus tachycardia, where my resting heart rate of 60 suddenly jumped to 142 beats per minute. This is strange considering I wasn't doing any physical activity. All that I did was stand up. So the doctor suggested that this could be a sign of a condition called POTS, which is Postural Orthostatic Tachycardia syndrome. I now have a referral to see a cardiologist to explore this more. At this stage, I don't have the diagnosis because that would be up to the cardiologist to figure out. I did do my own mini test at home where I measured my heart rate from a sitting or resting position to standing up, and each time my resting heart rate while sitting was about 60 beats per minute, and every time I stood up, my heart rate jumped to over 100. During this time, I usually feel quite dizzy. This is called pre-syncope. Syncope is usually involving like fainting or collapsing. Pre-syncope is basically the feeling you get before that. I also had a blood test for celiac disease, and my results were consistent with but not diagnostic of celiac disease, so I basically need another referral to explore that. I found a really good doctor about an hour's drive away from me. Since I live in a rural location, good doctors can be difficult to find, so sometimes you do have to drive a bit of a distance to find one. And I'm glad that I have found one. Maybe he can finally help me with all of my health issues. Maybe I can start seeing some improvements in my symptoms, and maybe one day I can get to a point where I'm not constantly fatigued, never having energy to do anything. Recently, Rhea and I got a bunch of new furniture to replace some of our older furniture that just wasn't serving its purpose anymore. We updated the wardrobe, got a new display cabinet, and replaced a couple of the bedside tables in the guest room, which was really necessary because they were mismatched and didn't quite fit the space, and now it just looks a lot more put together.
So today we are replacing this with a bookcase with glass doors, so it'll be a nice little display cabinet. So I'll put the books in it and other things and bits and bobs, and it'll be really nice. We will also be replacing this with a much smaller dresser so we can fit some clothes above it as well, and all of the stuff that's currently on top of this one will go into the display cabinet. And this is our replacement jewellery box because we really didn't need one as big as the one we've got. Here are all the boxes with the new furniture ready to go. And so that's going to be my project today. We'll see how much I can do in one day, but I'm going to start with the display cabinet.
It did take me a week or so to finish building everything. That is because I am exhausted all of the time because of my health issues, but I still do things in spite of my health issues. I just have to do things at a bit of a slower pace than the average person because there is a balance that I have to achieve there.
Rhea and I went to the city recently for a restaurant that we had a voucher for. It's a Middle Eastern restaurant called Maha, and we had the 5-course meal, but it was so dark in the restaurant that we weren't really able to film anything.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And now please enjoy some footage of the yellow-tailed black cockatoos outside our house.
So Minip and I are going on a little holiday towards the end of this month. I will be taking my drone and hoping for good weather, so hopefully I have some drone footage to show you. If you do enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. With all that being said, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!